Greetings everyone, and welcome to a new First Taste for the channel, where today we're going to be checking out Necrosmith. If the name weren't enough of a giveaway, with tongue firmly in cheek, Necrosmith is a roguelite necromancy simulator, where you're tasked to construct undead from a slew of mismatched body parts and send them out from your tower to mindlessly collect resources, fight off waves of enemies, and little by little reclaim lost knowledge and artifacts that you can use to complete a grand project. The game is played through discrete runs, where you attempt to push your undead forces out further and further from the tower, fighting increasingly greater odds and recovering even more twisted and powerful body parts with which to further expand your undead army. However, death, as with most roguelites, is inevitable, and each run gives you an opportunity for meta progression, which will make further runs even more successful. Graphically, the game could be compared to any number of retro or indie titles on the market at the moment, with cheery pixel graphics that inevitably become chaotic as ever more undead are unleashed, with incrementally more bombastic attack animations. Mechanically though, the core game loop reminds of Vampire Survivors, only you're not usually in control of the protagonist. Also, there are usually more than one of them. Also, they're incredibly dumb and enjoy splitting up and making your jobs of staying alive ever harder by walking up to and waking up more and more enemy spawners before being distracted by shinies instead of destroying them. In short, it's a bit like herding cats, only the cats are forsaken chimera made of whatever random limbs you had lying around at the time. If any of that sounds appealing, do be sure to check out the video description down below for a link on where you can buy the game for yourself. And if you enjoy the video, then while you're down there, consider letting me know with a like or a comment. But with all of that said and done, let's jump into the game. Alright then, on a fresh run you will be greeted with this. This is our Necromancer Tower. It is the tower that we will, I assume, be protecting on each run. Somehow it always manages to at least retain a degree of itself despite the runs ultimately ending with your tower being destroyed. In fact, this is where we have our meta progress. You can see all of these things that cost a certain amount of gold. Currently we have 0. This is how you build up and progress. After each run, you inevitably fail, you use your gold to improve the subsequent runs. Right now, our cat doesn't really like us very much, but that's fair, it's lying on a pile of straw. But right now, all we have to do is click on play, but as we go, we'll want to spend a little bit of time in here upgrading things. But let's go ahead and just jump in since this is a brand new run. Arcane Enchanter. The dead can be revived on the Arcane Enchanter. Assemble the first dead by filling all of these slots. Hover over a body part, hold left mouse button and drag it to the appropriate slot, or double click on the body part. Usually it's going to be faster if we double click, but there will be some times when you might not want to do that. We're going to go with shield well actually we'll go with that. See, this is the point where double clicking doesn't really help. This is popping it into one arm slot. I would like a sword and shield for this undead, and then 2 legs. This is our general stats, 120 health, 5 armor. I believe that mitigates incoming damage, so anything doing less than 5 won't do damage at all. It's got a speed of 44 and a view of 17. Now, other than the obvious, really important things, that is health, armor, speed is something I would recommend taking a watch of, and for the wrong reasons. It's not really intuitive, but if you're just going to be trying to play this in idle mode, where you just let the dead off to go and do their things, try to keep them slow. The faster they are, the faster they die. Also, the faster they cause more trouble for you. But if you're going to be controlling the dead yourself, speed is honestly quite good to have nice and high. We've also got the damage that we're going to do. Yes, our shield does damage. Almost every weapon has a certain type of damage effect and sometimes like secondary effect. Very Vampire Survivors for some of them. Right, let's go ahead and revive it for 16 mana. Currently we've got 50, now we've got 34. Now release your dead from the tower to explore the lands and collect resources. Most of these things are resources early on. Kind of reminds me of like Hom, honestly, the kind of graphical style of the map. Collect an army. Assemble and revive 4 more dead. Experiment with combinations of body parts to see the results. Because you can end up finding secret recipes, or you can just find recipes that you think are particularly good. In fact, one of the things we're going to do, I can already see this happening. We're going to go for a skeleton head with a magic head. A skeleton body with a cloak. This is going to give us a magic shield, which does a little bit of damage. We're also going to be roaming around with the skeleton arm with a book of ice. Ooh, your dead have met their first enemy. Once your dead start moving around, they will activate enemy spawns. they won't necessarily kill the spawns. In fact, they might only activate them in passing and then leave the spawn to start chucking enemies at your tower. Honestly, uncontrolled undead are such a pain in the bum. Their AI leaves much to be desired. This will attack automatically, but its attacks and survivability depend on body parts used to build it. Your dead met its first enemy. Okay, well, actually my dead is all the way down here. They haven't met the enemy at all. But every single body part has something worth looking at. Familiarize yourselves with the various stats. For example, the skeleton head with the magic hat is not much different from the skeleton head, but it does have a bit of a better view, which is very useful if we're going to pair it up with magical abilities. Now, we're going to revive this one for 15 mana, and we have discovered a skeleton mage. Now, because we used complementary body parts, this is a hidden recipe. Hidden recipes, look, you can just save any recipe you particularly want if you find one that works really well for you, but hidden recipes often come with some sort of innate buff. So this one costs 2 less than it should, does 1 more damage than it should, and it has a faster cooldown as well. All saved procedures are listed here, and we can easily create them again if we should end up with the correct body parts. Oh, actually, this one could have been made with the boots. I didn't need to use the regular legs. That's interesting to know. Here you can revive the dead quickly using saved procedures and necessary body parts. If we don't have the body parts, we can't do anything about it. We're going to pause again, though, because I would very much like to get another undead. Generally speaking, it is almost always better, if you're not going to be controlling them, to revive them in a clump. Because blobbing exists. We're going to revive you. There we go. You can have dual magic wands, and then we're going to go for someone with a crossbow and a shield. This is a very range-focused group. Please note, resurrecting the dead costs mana. If you lack the mana, you can burn unnecessary body parts. Okay. Throw unnecessary body parts into the mana extractor to burn them and gain mana. You can just right-click to do that. Right, no. Shh, not yet. I would like to replace that head, honestly, if we can. And now we've got to try and get up there. We're 1 shy. That's a shame. Oh, well. I'm going to need to release the mages we've got. There we go. Smash, straight away. That is the energy shield. Very, very nice. But they have split up, which is never a good thing. Also, they're so loud. But they are now going to wander around and... there we go. Good. They found the enemy lair that was spawning those enemies. Your dead found an enemy lair. It will automatically attack the lair until it is destroyed. A destroyed lair cannot generate new enemies. Also... buildings that it reminds me so much of home. As we pass by certain buildings every morning, then they will start producing various things for us. In this case, it is an ore mine, so we'll get a little bit of ore from it every morning. There are gold mines, there are crypts, which will give us body parts. But there we go, that energy shield is amazing. It also pushes things back. Most damage has a knockback, so like an aura damage is especially good in that regard. Let's go ahead and start building things up. We've got to wait for our dead to get some more body parts. Down here is a mana shrine. A new day has begun. Every new day, there will be a new body part in the tower, and all objects on the map captured by your dead will generate income. Shame we hadn't called that beforehand, but that's fine. We've got a much better bit of armor there. I much prefer that. If we can get some armored legs, we might be able to make a soldier, I think. Generally speaking, if you see body parts that seem to share a theme, try combining them. You lose nothing if you combine them and they aren't something. You know, you still get an undead that has all of the stats of those body parts, but if they are in a theme, then you might end up unlocking a recipe. Every time you destroy a lair, or at least most of the time, you will get a blueprint. Increases the armor of your dead. That sounds amazing. You found a blueprint in the tower upgrade. To view all available upgrade blueprints, click on the ribbon. There we go. We can increase the armor. This is a bronze forge. Here you can build tower upgrades using the blueprints. Remember that you need ore for construction. Yes, 15 ore. We've got 16. There we go. So all of our dead now have +1 armor. I believe that affects all currently existing dead, but it might only affect recently risen dead. Now, you'll notice the kind of biome border changes. Over here, we'll find a lot of skeletons. Over here, we're going to find a lot of zombie bits. Each biome tends to have a preference on the parts that you will find there. But you will still find things kind of out of theme. If you like, sometimes you'll find skeleton bits in a zombie area, sometimes you'll find harpy bits not in mountains full of harpy nests, so on and so forth. The tower is under attack. Enemies reach your tower and are attacking it. If its strength drops to 0, you will lose. Your dead located nearby will react automatically, but it is better to have some body parts in stock to revive some new defenders in time. Active pause. If you need some time to think, pause the game to study the situation on the map, or select the appropriate body parts to create an effective warrior. The latter is especially useful when enemies get close to your tower. Yeah, like now. Do we have any... No, sad. We don't have any good legs. Oh well, we'll grab that zombie leg, which is a lot better than the skeletal leg. It's got an extra 10 health and is much faster. Probably because, you know, muscles. We will drop... Well, actually, I could go with the zombie shield as well if we're going to go for zombie parts anyway. There we go, and we will revive you and release. Uncover the secret of the lands. You've created several dead, so you should be able to survive here. Create more powerful servants, explore the lands, grow your power bit by bit, and find your way out of this trap. Your revived dead are shown at the bottom of the screen. Click on the dead's icon to open its parameters. Let's click on that. So we can go in there, we can control them ourselves if we really want to, or you can just hover over and see their stats. There we go, everything is cleared there, perfect. Continue on moving on. Now, the problem is going to start coming, as you can probably already start to see some of it. We have not dealt with whatever spawned those enemies, and we've got 2 separate spawners over here sending things at us. Bad news base. And we've still got this guy over here potentially unlocking more. I'm going to allow you to activate that, however, I am now going to control you, and I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to bring you back towards the tower. I want you to try and cluster together if I could possibly get that to happen. Unlikely here, though. The AI, honestly, I find the bad AI is almost part of the game. There are people who've modded the AI to make it much more sensible, especially in regards to how they do damage, because quite a lot of them will simply walk into damage. It is very frustrating. Even a range-focused undead will just wander back and forth over an enemy. They just seem to want a path to the enemy. And so they'll take massive amounts of damage. It's completely unnecessary. If you make a melee-focused undead, well, that's fine. But range ones, they will act like melee ones, frankly. Now, whilst people have modded that to a certain degree, and the dev is working on improving the AI, I almost find that... Oh, we found an artifact, nice. Or a relic, rather. I almost find that the really dumb AI, when you're not controlling it, is almost thematic, frankly. You know, we've just Frankensteined these corpses together. We said nothing about there being brains in those heads. Gives all of the dead +5 vision bonus. That's quite nice. Now, I don't think that's going to be active for us right now. But later on, that's going to be on our rack of relics. And further runs will be able to use that. Now let's have a quick look. Once you start getting a lot of parts, it becomes a lot easier to have a look for the various abilities by just looking at the filters. We've got another group moving in right now, which is a little bit of a pain. Also, the undead tend to prioritize the creatures over the spawners. If I were controlling the undead, I would focus on taking out the spawner first. But again, I feel that the dumb AI is pretty thematic. Right, let's go for a full zombie build this time. Is that a zombie with armor? It is a zombie with armor. Maybe. That's going to be a lot stronger than your average skeleton. If we have a look down here, 120 versus 200. Only 1 armor, though, because we haven't really given it much. So it's not going to have much in the way of damage mitigation. But it is much faster and has a bit of extra view. I think 1 point more. View. No, actually 2 points more. Do we have a shield? Yes, we do have a shield. Let's pop a shield on this zombie and see if that can help. Actually, we might be able to go with... This looks like a bit of a theme. This is just a zombie arm with sword, a zombie arm with shield. Let's see. Yeah, dead warrior. Extra speed. Damn it. Okay, well, fair enough. We will release you in a moment. The other one will be a zombie mage if we can make them a zombie mage. Let's see. I don't think I've got any more feet. Sad. Okay, we'll make you a full mage then. Skeletal, legs and arm, zombie, arm, torso, and head for 25 and release. Let's have a look at how you managed to do. Okay, decent bit of damage there. Mostly, though, being a zombie, you're going to just be a lot more survivable, realistically. The annoying thing here is they've now all been distracted, so I've not got anyone taking out that lair. This run, I'm going to try and not control them directly as much as possible, just to kind of showcase how rough that can be. And that is the power of any kind of AoE damage aura. The shield moves with the zombie and pushes enemies back because they get knocked back from any kind of any damage they take. They've been distracted again. Damn it. Okay, well, let's go for a skeleton this time. Let's go with, if we've got the parts, see if we can make another skeleton soldier. Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. We've made a skeleton ranger. Okay, double crossbows. Fair enough. Bearing that in mind. We'll go with the skeleton mage. I don't think we've... Oh, well, no, we have. Oh, can we just go ahead and... Yeah, we can make a skeleton mage. Perfect. Okay, that's marvelous. I really should pay more attention to this and see what combos I can just put together from the body parts I have. But that will be fine for now, I think. Let's go and grab these. I don't know. Oh, we haven't got a zombie soldier head, but this will do. A lot of armor there. Very nice, in fact. Do I have parts that I can sacrifice to try and get enough mana for this? We do, but I'm having to sacrifice quite a lot of parts in order to make it happen. But we'll hold them in reserve until I need them. Hopefully, my zombies up there can, or rather my undead over there can take care of that. Right, let's release. There we go, and everything's gone. Marvelous. Now, where are you going? They've decided to go over here. That is... Oh, no, at least one of them, I think the skeleton ranger is heading towards the flies there. Food makes your dead more viable. Ah, fantastic. Okay, well, let's pop a little bit into that. In fact, I'm going to give them a little bit more armor, and in fact, more HP besides. It's good to at least get the first level of anything you can. Oh, thank goodness they've decided to go for this spawner. Alright, that's going to take the pressure off a little bit. But they're going to continue to wander around. These obelisks over here, they prevent me from manually controlling my undead in their vicinity. Which actually can be a real problem if you're taking the run seriously, and instead of just, creating large groups of undead that are going off and making problems for you, you're making the very strongest undead you can make at any point, and then sending it out and controlling it manually. Now, we've got an orc arm with armor and shield. This one has regeneration, which is going to be fantastic. So let's get you down there. Orc shield is the ability. We're going to go... Well, we don't really have any range. I prefer having some range, but this will do. That is quite an expensive... Oh! Zombie mutant. Okay, I wasn't expecting to get something out of that, but a zombie mutant, it seems, just needs one orc arm part, and then everything else to be zombie. Fair enough. Okay, well, let's get you out there. See what you can do. Wallop everything. Increase the regeneration of your jet. Oh, that is good. Yes, we're going to be saving up for that one. We very much want to have all of our undead regenerating a little bit. That'll make them much, much more survivable. Okay, that was a good hit. We've still got this place to deal with, though. And it's going to take a little while. Oh, damn it. Really? Oh, no, you're there. Good. Ooh, I was a little bit concerned, not going to lie. Finally, someone has decided to go down here and take care of this lair. You're not doing a lot of damage, though, so I do worry that you're not going to be able to take her out before an enemy group spawns, and then you're going to chase them back to the tower and then forget what you were doing. I really should stop putting brains into my undead, honestly. I'm making this problem for myself. Brains are so expensive. Right, let's go for... Ooh, a zombie head with a magic hat. Do I have anything up now? Well, oh, that was one of our first undead deaths. Oh, actually, no, that's like our third. I'll tell a lie. But we've got 2 orc arm parts, 1 orc leg. Oh, hello. So you've got a natural 3 regen, which is actually pretty good. Go with the zombie body, I guess, and zombie head with a helmet will do. That's 61 mana. My lord. That is rather expensive. Alright, but we'll take you. And that is not part of any particular recipe. That's fine. I'm going to release you. You can wander off and do your own thing for a bit. There we go. That is a very chunky boy. Very chunky. Right, let's go ahead and give everyone a little bit more armor. Ah, damn it. I meant to go for... Oh, right. That was silly of me. I was completely reading the wrong thing. I was expecting this to be at the bottom because it was the most recent. clearly that was a very, very foolish... It's not even... Okay, so it's not even listed in terms of alphabetically. Fair enough. Aavak, you're going to have to read more. My one weakness. Alright, well, we are getting some more... Oh, I didn't control you, sorry about that. Getting more things explored. Currently in our third biome. The biomes seem to go out in concentric circles. But there are, from what I've seen, some biomes that just take a small portion of the map. Like, they aren't a complete circle. So most of them seem to expand out in these rings. But not all of them. And so far as I've seen, there is almost always some sort of snowy area very far to the north. And that's where we might get some very interesting, much more hardy parts. But it's getting to that point is the tricky bit. Let's see if we can't make an orc skeleton. We've definitely got orc skeleton bits. Do we have orc skeleton legs? We do. Oh, we found another artifact. 5% chance to get double mana when burning a body part. Oh, I'd like that a lot. Alright, let's see what we got. It wasn't anything new. Oh well, that's fine. that one skeleton is having a lot of trouble taking that out. Though, thankfully, you have really focused on this. Good. Good, that's what I like to see. I like to see my dead focusing on the spawners rather than the things that are spawned. Ooh, this is important. Ancient Vessel, technology source for the Return project. Okay, so we have, in addition to the meta progress that we have around the tower, sorry about that, it is ridiculously hot where I am right now, and my mind is wandering to the fact that I'm so uncomfortable. I haven't got my AC on right now because it does kind of bleed through in the recording sometimes, but oh my goodness. Britain wasn't designed for heat waves. Aavaks especially weren't designed for heat waves, my lord. But, so I do thank you for your patience with me stumbling over my words here and there. But, yeah, in addition to the meta project in the tower itself, we will have a kind of a grand project that we will work on between runs. That will also carry over, and the schematics for these are found in these ancient vessels. I don't believe they spawn anything, they're just things that we need to destroy in order to gain access to the ancient vessels. Now, what kind of creature can we build? We've got a lot of, do we have magic use? Well, no, not really. Well, let's actually see. What would happen if I gave... Do we have anything? Okay, well, I'm going to give you... yeah, I'm going to give you a sword and a wand. I'm going to give you regular skeletal parts. We've got enough. And a skeletal hat. Is this going to make anything? No, that's a shame. I was kind of hoping that it would give us something at least, but okay. We've only got 24 left, so using zombie bits, or orc bits especially, super unwise. We probably wouldn't be able to put something together with that. Let's go for zombie armor. We're already getting close. We will go with... Sure, we'll just have double crossbows. 22 now. We're going to have to burn a body part or two. Let's burn a zombie leg. And there we are. Right. Releasing 3 all at once. And that should handle the wolves. There we go. That energy shield. So ridiculously good. So ridiculously good. But we did have quite a few waves coming from up here. Sadly, they've been distracted now. That is a bit of a problem, but it's fine, I guess. That energy shield... Oh, no, I was going to say that as long as that energy shield doesn't turn off at the worst time possible, then we should be good. Sadly, that is exactly what happened. Very sad. How's the attack on the UFO going? It's going all right. It's a shame you can't zoom out further. I will say that limitation is a bit grating. Like, I really want to be able to view further around, because having to zoom in and zoom back out repeatedly just to travel across the map is a little bit irritating. I mean, it's fine in something like Stellaris when you're not doing it that much, but in this, you will find yourself zooming in and zooming out a lot. Let's go with you. Do we have... Oh. Your dead found a portal. Click the portal to activate it. Very well. To activate the portal, draw a rune inside its silhouette, as shown on the page. Very well. Nice little minigame there, and then we get a portal. From now on, the portal has been activated. Now you can use it to release your dead from this portal, if I really want to. And I kind of do, actually. I would very much like to send you some backup, because you're about to die. Can I get a chunky orc skeleton to go help you? I can. Let's do that. And release. Bomb. There we go. You two should move as a group. That is perfect. So you'll eventually fill out so many different places to spawn things. It'll be wonderful. But right now, we're just focusing a little bit on trying to stop the constant hemorrhaging of units towards our tower. Hopefully you'll be able to wipe this out. And this is why I mentioned that I really do like to have range in any group. Oh no, they've been distracted by something else. Oh, poop. But if you don't have range, you need a lot of speed. Otherwise, you're going to have a really deviled of a time trying to catch up to enemies that have spawned ahead of you. Let's go with an orc body. I guess we'll have the orc skeleton with a helmet. And sure, let's go with a mace. Ooh, foundation for the return. There we go. We unlocked that from destroying the UFO over there. That is actually pretty amazing. But let's go ahead and get a range-capable unit here. And what's the fastest leg? The one without armor is the fastest. Sure, we'll go with that. That gives us 53 speed, regeneration of 2. That's not too bad. Let's burn off some zombie parts in order to get you. And we're just going to hold you in reserve for now. Now, you can only currently spawn 15 undead. Honestly, the more you have active at the one time, the more difficult your run is going to become. That's just the rule of this game. It is so much more effective to manually control an undead and guide them where you need them to be. But it is a lot more fun to just have them wandering around causing said problems. So you can pick your poison with that one. If you want to be through the game super fast and you kind of want to speedrun the content and get as far as you can with each run, definitely manually control it, and each run is going to be like 2 hours long. If you just want to have fun and watch the chaos unfold, spawn as many undead as you can. Try to be sensible about it, certainly, but just embrace the chaos. We're going to go with an orc skull, orc body with armor. We could go double shield, I suppose, but again, I would rather have some degree of range. No, we're going to go with mace as mace and crossbow there, and then 2 legs. Let's shed some of these. Get rid of all of the zombie bits. There we go, and we're going to release both of you over here. Release. Now, I just noticed this. We found another portal. In that case, let me go ahead and activate it. Well, it's fairly forgiving, but it doesn't completely let you off the hook if you're not paying attention to how you're setting all of that up. So do be aware you can fail that. I think you can just try it again though, but while it is forgiving, it's only forgiving. It isn't completely it doesn't completely not care what you write there. Right, a few more bits in play. Let's get another skeleton out. And the throwing axes are actually pretty cool, I think. We'll stick with having at least one crossbow, though. Now, we're about to finish this off. Oh, please, finish it. No, yes! Oh! Increases the growth of skeleton body parts. +4 to skeleton growth per level. That's actually marvellous. I haven't been spending all of these for a little while, so let's go ahead and do that. We want regeneration on all of our undead. And I would like to get some more skeleton body parts each morning. We've still got loads of ore, so let's go ahead and dump a lot into regeneration. A little bit more into skeleton bones. There we go. So following morning we're going to get a lot of skeleton parts. And you may have noticed our tower is looking impressive as it continues to upgrade. And it will get much, much more impressive as time goes on. It'll go through the whole sort of, oh yes, you know, it's the cathedral from Diablo. And then it'll move up to more of a Castlevania-style castle. And then it'll go to some sort of complete out-there eldritch architecture. It goes through many, many stages. And all of them are quite cool. Alright, let's have a look down here. Where is our undead? Our undead is wandering around. Unfortunately, we've now entered the human lands. The kinds of creatures that we're going to be getting spawned from there are really no joke. So we are going to want to try and make sure we take the enemies out as quickly. Ooh, vampire leg, harpy head. Okay, we're starting to get some interesting things now. Now, they're very healthy, very fast, which is always great. They've got 1 regeneration naturally, but we're also adding quite a lot from our current buildings. Yeah, 2 throwing axes is nice, but as much as that's low DPS comparative, it is better range. It's more controllable range. The throwing axe has a very, very Vampire Survivors kind of attack pattern. We could go with 2 vampire legs. That's a lot of regeneration. This is a very expensive undead, though. But let's go ahead and get you made. Could grab a harpy leg, too. Are we going to be okay with the waves coming in here? The group that I've got are probably okay. But at the same time, I might want to consider dealing with that. So another harpy body, another harpy head. Gonna go with throwing axe, and this time a shield. Actually, we'll go with an armored shield. And undead leg and a harpy leg. There we go. I think we might... Yeah, we're gonna have to revive them over at the castle. Alright, go forth! My crazy chimera. Oh my lord, really? What have I done? This is definitely a moment where I was too focused on the fact that I could, and I didn't ask if I should. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I don't... sorry isn't enough. There will never be enough sorries to make up for what I brought into this world. My goodness. Oh, we are losing some undead. Did we lose the harpies already? We are about to lose the other one. Yeah, we are. They are so quick to just get in there and get whacked by stuff. Oh, right. Those weren't just regular wolves. Those were from the human lands. This is going to become increasingly difficult for us. They can take quite a lot of damage before they go down. And once again, we're taking more damage at the tower, but we have now got a vampire body. This has the ability Bats. It's not just arms that can do attack damage. Quite often, especially as you get into the later body parts, you can find ones that have very interesting abilities. Of course, a good example of that is the zombie body with cloak. But you can have heads, you can have feet with attack patterns. We're still lacking things. But honestly, the Bat's ability is a good ranged ability by itself. So I'm not going to have to worry too much about that. In fact, what we can do now is we can focus on armor there to try and pull down the amount of damage incoming. Let's go with the chunky legs. And what helmet? We'll go with the orc head with helmet. Sure. Alright, we're going to need you released. Go forth. And release the bats. There we go. It's kind of undirected, but it's a pretty consistent amount of damage output, so should be good. All of the vampire bits are fairly good in that regard. Their bat abilities are wonderful. Alright, let's have a quick pause there, though, and find out what mischief my other undead again up to. Well, there's 2 of them there, which is good. That's the one there. What about you? You're chasing back the enemies that you failed to take out. You're just living your best life over here, causing me problems. Yep. We still don't even see the spawn ground, so that's kind of a big problem for us. These things can do a lot of damage quickly, so we really do need to start throwing down as much as we can. But don't worry about losing. This game is much like most roguelites. It's a game about meta progression. You're meant to lose, so don't sweat it too much. Don't get too anxious about the tower going down, because that just means you can spend your gold and upgrade. Let's get another body together if we can. I'm not going for the most expensive parts just because this is going to be a fairly difficult build to make anyway with the dwindling mana supplies. But let's get rid of all of the basic skeleton heads. We don't need any of these at this point. We're probably not going to be building any basic skeletons moving forward. Right, let's revive you as well. Boom, there we go. Let's see what you can do. Hopefully you don't die instantly. I'm so disappointed. Oh well. We've got a big blob there though, and that's one of the reasons why you want to blob your units together, is because they'll have alpha strike capabilities. It's the AI forces them to just walk over the enemy, which means that they will take damage. Thankfully they're so armored they're not taking much from these little wolves. These ones, however, do quite a lot, so it is definitely overcoming our regenerative ability. Let's pop some more points into getting armor. Regeneration is probably not useful at this point. Some more HP, though, would be very valuable. Max level on the Meat Glacier. There we go. Becoming very, very swanky. Nice purple ruse. But we've got 60 mana just sat there, so let's go ahead and throw together another Undead. Make sure we prioritize armor. Ooh, we've got a Harpy Wing with steel feathers. Yes, I will take it. Additionally, I will grab... I would have loved it if it was an arm with armor and shield, but we'll go with the axe throw here and then the 2 regular legs. Not the best combination, sure, but it is going to do some work for us. Right, you go clear everything up there and then move on. You might get pulled in by them, I don't know. If we are lucky, you will, but we'll see. Additionally, let's start stacking up another Undead as well. Can we make any right now? We could have gone for a Skeleton Ranger if I hadn't sold all the legs, but oh well. At this point, I don't think... Oh, drat. I don't think a Skeleton Ranger would really be that useful to us, if I'm perfectly honest. So time for me to just get rid of all of the basic legs. We absolutely don't need them. We are not going to be building anything with them. I will... Oh, I was going to keep both of those, but you know what? We'll get rid of them. We'll also grab another shield, another axe, another orc skeleton. Let's try and put something strong together again. And this is probably going to be it for us. There's a good chance that we're not going to be able to take these out before... Oh! Skeleton Orc Ruffian. Didn't see that one coming. Plus 35 health and lower cooldown. Now you can release the dead from both the tower and the active portals. Well, I mean, I know that. We've already been doing it. Also, we've got a new portal. This will persist between runs, so discovering portals is actually very good for meta progression because it means you can start in the other biomes if you really want to. It depends on what kind of undead you can put together right from the get-go, but, well, they are railing our tower right now. That is just very uncomfortable. No, please. Let's go ahead and get everything together for another orc skeleton. Copy together. And the final one that we can muster. Put some combat ability. Actually, you know what? This is probably going to be worth its weight in gold. The knockback of that is going to be grand. Right, let's activate you. I hate my life. Okay, well, enjoy having a massive army down here that's not going to protect the tower. Portals. They are as much trouble as they are not. Alright, can I throw anything more together? That might have been enough to stave off the end, but it still would have been quite a tight call, if I'm honest. So I'd make sure that this is set up there. I don't think we even have enough body parts now to put anything else together. No, we're lacking one leg. But our skeletal force is almost here. Maybe, possibly, they can knock it back. No. Well. Defeat comes to us all in the end. Alright. Use gold to repair and upgrade devices and items. They will grant you new abilities and increase your chances of survival. Are you gonna... No? You're not gonna... I wasn't doing anything with the return blueprint because I was expecting you to chat. Damn it. Okay, so, in my opinion, the ones to focus on, cat first. Always cat first. Because cat, but also because super useful. Secondly, I would say the Necromancer's Table. This will now produce some... this is producing 6 high-quality skeleton body parts every morning now. Next level will produce 4 random zombie body parts every morning for 700 gold. The 3 to really focus on... You want to get 1 level in everything as soon as you can, realistically. But the 3 to focus your efforts on are the Blueprint Decoder, the Cat Bed, and the Necromancer's Table. The Blueprint Decoder is going to give us better blueprints from smashing enemy portals. We can also get the Tesla Machine, which is going to give us a lightning spell. Sure, we'll grab that for now. Alright, do we have enough time for another run? Not really, but we're going to do it anyway. This time, though, I'm going to show you what happens when you actually control your undead. You've received your first spell. To find out how it works, hover your mouse over it. We want to release the cat. Now, the cat is amazing, because it's cat, but also because it will go out and it'll grab stuff. It will not claim areas unless it just happens to run over them, which it's about to. There we go. So we've now got an ore mine. The most amazing thing about the cat, other than, you know, it's super fast, it's a cat, it can claim portals, and mines and mana shrines, so on and so forth, it doesn't cause spawners to start triggering. They only begin to release enemies once they've seen one of your units. They've got a very high vision, so you don't have to get very close. In fact, quite often, they'll see you before you see it. But they do rely on you getting close. The cat does not trigger it. At this point, I could start lightning it. But unfortunately, my spells are low level right now, so they have very long cooldowns. But that has given us some more body parts. We're going to wait for the first tick of morning to go past, though, to get some high-quality skeletal bits and bobs. Now, can I put anything together? I can't, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, well, let's have a look at what else we can do. What have we tried? Let's see. Do we have a we don't have the mage's body part. That's a bit of a shame, but okay. Let's pop together someone who can attack at range. There we go. Let's revive you. I would also then like another person who can attack at range, but does have some armor. And we'll give you another mage's head as well. There we go. Kitten can go back out. Marvelous. Grab me some more body parts. Ah, really? You showed that up at the end? Scallywag. Okay, well, I'll hold on to that just in case we get... because right now we're going to get high-quality skeleton body parts. There's a good chance we're going to be able to uncover a lot of skeleton hats and other bits and bobs as the time goes on. But we do want to release our skeletons at this point, I would say. However, 2 is enough, and I will show you why. I would like you to go and deal with this spawner. So now that you're probably close enough, I can stop controlling you. Same with you. We are going to focus on controlling for this one. Now, the thing with controlling, it can end up with a really long run. We're probably not going to get to the end of this run unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. But this will give you an idea of how much more effective you can be when, you know, you're guiding your undead with a degree of human intelligence. There we go. Now, they should be able to work through that. Now, I tend to find that you can control groups of 2 fairly easily. Usually, you just have to make sure that if one starts wandering off from the other, you take control and re-guide it. Groups of 3 are something you can do, but you're going to start having to juggle much more aggressively at that point. However, if you can get to the point where you've got one very powerful undead, just focus on that one. For example, I want to make sure you take that out. Lightning Rod transforms the sky energy and speeds up your dead. See? Not great. Unless you are happening to be in control of the undead. Then, getting fast undead is actually quite nice. Now, please, there we go. I would like you to move up towards the spawner. You should be close enough to hook onto those enemies. They will go for things that they can see. So as long as it's shown up a little bit, then they will zoom into that. Additionally, if it's in the fog of war, whilst they won't focusing on enemies or spawners in the fog of war, they will go towards things that they can claim in the fog of war. They seem to have a sense for it, and they will beeline towards it where they can. Oh, damn it, we've got another spawner group. I'm going to leave them up there to deal. Oh, okay, never mind. They've decided they would rather be down here. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and try to build a new mage if we can. Make you. There we go. Skeleton Sorcerer. Nice. Damage plus 3. Very nice, in fact. Got anything else I can put together quickly? Yes, we can. We can make a Skeleton Ranger. Okay, release. Go out. You should be able to wipe them out fairly quickly. I kind of would rather it if you go this way, though. Let's try and focus our attentions on the enemies where we can. I'm going to let you go and grab that tomb, because this is a crypt and it brings in body parts every morning. We want more body parts. We always... okay, I'll allow you to grab this as well. This will reveal the fog of war nearby, which is quite useful. Let's grab that. But otherwise, I'm going to have you move up. And yes, I would love to grab those things, but the odds of me triggering another spawner are sadly much, much higher than I would like. Right, no, I'm still not close enough. Okay, we need to take it a little bit further up then. Also, can I just wipe out some of those? Yes, I can. Not all of them. Oh, no, I did. No, I didn't quite grab all of them, but that's fine. There we go. They should now zoom in. The sound effects could do with a little bit of work. They're not comfortable sound effects. They're quite functional. But this is a game where they're going to be repeated over and over and over and over again. So having something that's a little bit less grating would be ideal. Vampire Survivors, I make a lot of comparisons to this because watching the attack patterns of our undead really reminds me of that. But they've done a good job of making the sound effects, I feel, just comfortable enough that the repetition isn't grating. Increases the growth of zombie parts. Ooh, very nice. Are they going to hook in? Oh, fantastic, they are. Right, okay, let's start going with this. You notice I didn't go for the lightning rod. I will put 1 level in it, but that is all I'm going to put into it, because speed is not what I really want to go for just yet. We've got too many undead in play. However, you will have noticed when you control save, you can save their blueprint if it's particularly effective, for example. You can also kill them. I'm not above exterminating my undead because they are being too problematic. Right, let's go ahead and drop down the fertilizer hole. There we are. They are now going to have a little bit of extra regeneration. But I'm still going to try and focus on them and just babysit them a bit. That being said, I would like to put together a powerful undead to be able to take out a zombie mutant, for example. Would be quite nice. But let's see. What kind of zombie mutant do we want to put together? Let's go with a zombie shield, an orc arm, zombie head. I don't think armor is going to matter. We'll give you an AoE as well. And what kind of legs have we got? We've got... I'm going to need to keep it to zombie parts, unfortunately. Otherwise, I don't think we're going to get a zombie mutant. But let's have a look. Does that count as a zombie mutant or not? I wonder. I guess it might not tell me. It might require that I click on it in here for it to count. I guess we'll see. But this one I could control manually. But what I intend to do is instead spawn it up at the portal when one of the other groups are close to it. Right now they're wiping out the control towers, which is very good for me. Right, I would like to release you over here. Hopefully you can go together. Ideally. I can force that by bringing you closer. Right, let's release the kitten again. Go forth, kitten. Grabbing boots. You should... No, you are not hooking. That's unfortunate. I would very much like you to hook. There we go. Let's try and move you in together. If you're going to be making a group, it would be useful to make sure that they've got equivalent speeds. That would be a very useful thing to do overall. They are now all getting much closer together. This is marvellous. They may end up just congregating. There's still a decent amount of chance for them to split up, but that's pretty nice. I would really like you back by the tower. In fact, as soon as you hook in, and you can tell when they hook in, if they've got a ranged weapon that can track, I'm moving it to the left, so if it wasn't hooked in, it would be firing to the left. Now let's pop together another undead. We're not going to go full control on this one because honestly a full control run will take me a long time. That's basically an entire 2 or 3 episodes by itself. Let's go with this. Got a nice little bit of regeneration there. Gonna need to sacrifice some bits though to get enough mana. There we are. I would like to release you at the castle so that you two can work together. That will be marvellous. Hopefully we can get you down there to destroy that spawner. Where I can, I'm going to guide them in the right direction to remove the spawners. And of course, getting rid of the spawners also helps us out in a pretty big way because that gives us more blueprints to fund. Now, this is the return blueprint. Foundation for the return. Now, I'm not sure what triggers the little kind of dialogue cutscene between the cat and the necromancer regarding these parts. That's why I didn't kind of cover it on the last run, where I easily had the money to. 500 gold, 50 iron ore, and iron ingots, and you will start the Great Works. Now, you're going to have to go through several different stages of building this up. I'm not sure how many stages there are in total, but these will persist between runs, and they will kind of alter the landscape a little bit. That's, generally speaking, the main goal of the game, is to complete the return project. There we go. And with that unlocks more and more kind of story lore for the game. Let's have a look. It's very frustrating that we've already split up so much. Can I make... I'll allow you to keep going, actually. Right, what have we got spawning over here? We've got a lot of things spawning over here, so hopefully I'm going to allow you to focus on this group, but I want you very much to go up here and take out that spawner. Can I get you to hook into the spawner? Come on. There we go. No, there we are. Perfect. All right, we are going to need more things down here. Now, I can use my lightning bolt, but it is fairly small AoE on it. That being said, as long as you allow the packs to group together, then it can be especially effective, especially if you let them get to the tower, because they will tend to really congregate down by the tower at that point. Now let's get another bit of fertilization hole upgrade there. I'm not going to worry about the lightning rod, but let's see what we can make in terms of undead right now. We've got 108 to play with, so let's go for, if we can make a fully armored skeleton, that would be amazing. We've got a zombie mutant there we can make, but do we have... we don't quite. Okay, well, I'm going to... Oh, I meant to double click. I right clicked and thus I burnt them. Silly. Let's get a zombie mutant, let's get a skeleton ranger, let's get a skeleton sorcerer, and we're going to release those all here. There we go. You should be able to wipe out everything there without too much trouble. Where you go after that, it's up to you. We've got... Oh, drag. No. You need to go back. Go back the way you came. Need you to focus on this and take it out. Because this is just going to keep on sending high-powered undead at us. This group can move around a little bit. These ones have grouped together reasonably well, but that one worries me a lot. Because that one is a very, very damaging enemy. Let's try and manually control here to maximize our zombie's life. I'll just get close enough that the attack will trigger. And release the cat again. Come on. Let's get that going. There we go. And one more. Thank you. Oh, damn it. I was hoping that would be enough, but now I've fallen behind the curve. But they did do a decent job with that one. That is mostly dead. We've got another spawn down here now active as well. Let's have a look. Are we actually working on this, or has he gone? Yeah, they've gone. Sad but true. We've got... Oh no. Oh no. We've got the monks and the forest folk heading down. The humans are coming. Okay, well, it was nice knowing you all. The world is ruined. Don't even know if I want to survive here anymore. Let's go ahead and pop together a harpy. Should be powerful enough to do some decent damage to the enemies around here. If they don't die by running into things. Which, again, speed is such a double-edged sword in this game. Such a double-edged sword. Let's get back down there. Can I keep you alive here? I might be able to, as long as I stay just ahead of them. The axe throw, every other attack will go diagonal, so as long as I remain about here, we should be okay. There we go. Right, you carry on. We've got lightning available. Let's drop that just as the wolves cross over, and pop. That was... actually didn't really take out the warriors too much, unfortunately, but that's just the way that one's going to go. Let's grab some orky bits, or orc skeleton bits. Again, I really think range is going to be king here, so put together something which can do a decent amount of that. Also, let's invest a little bit. At this stage, I'm going to say let's start maxing up speed, because I am going to have to take full control over this undead. And pop. Right, let's get you back from the fray. You are purely a ranged combatant. Let's just focus on that. There we go. Right, I'm going to take you down here and deal with this. Oh, no, come this way. Thank you. Right-clicking turns off control. We're going to head on down and try and deal with this group ourselves. But we've got so many spawns active now. Even with someone controlling, I'm still going to have to release so many undead just to stem the flow. Let's go with the zombie head. An orc skeleton body. Orc axe, orc mace skeletal, and 2 orc skeletal boots. And again with the boots. We'll go with the mace and shield this time. The armor and the helmet. We're going to need to sacrifice some stuff in order to get that. We might be able to get it with just those heads. No, we could not, but that's fine. There we go. Oh! Alright, I wasn't expecting it. Skeleton Orc Chief. Nice. Okay, release that one over top, and we will continue using the harpy now to try and remove these enemies. Let's get the kitten out there. Oh, no! Damn it! I pressed right click. Thankfully, the speed is now helpful with regards to the harpy, because the harpy can stay ahead of enemies, thus staying alive. But the tower is taking a lot of damage over there. Come on. Just a few more hits. We're having to yield so much ground. We're already back at the tower. Damn it. Alright, well, let's throw everything we can together. We have not got enough parts this time. Let's pop you down. We've got 773. We could pop down the foundation of the return. So let's go ahead and get that done. There we go. The great works have been begun. Sadly, it's probably going to be the last thing that we do in this run. Still, we'll do our best. Need a little bit more mana. Let's get you made. There we go. And now let's try and pop something else together. We'll do this on pause because, frankly, there's no other way to do it. We would lose otherwise. Oh, so many wizard hats. So useful, but normally I get so few. And yet here we are not being able to use them. Let's get that one made. Another orc skeleton. Actually, no, we're going to go with the skeletal robe just for the energy shield. We will have a shield here as well, and then orc body parts. Let's burn what we need. There we go. How much more can I put together to keep this run going before we fail? Again, don't worry about failing. You're meant to. This game is built on the meta progression. That should be enough. Let's get those into the fight. And let's take the harpy down here. I don't know if they're going to survive, because that is a lot of high-powered units right there. But we've got a lot of our units together here. That is shocking. How we managed that, I will never know, but I am kind of very happy. Only kind of, though, because I feel that this is only going to be a short reprieve, but still. Let's try and take you down with our harpy. Getting some nice DPS body parts would have been amazing here. Maybe I should have gone for something a little bit more on the lines of an orc mace. We're losing more and more undead, sadly. We can't afford anything new. There we go, that's down. But yeah, this is... We're down just to the harpy once again. We can lightning bolt, which, again, gives us a brief reprieve. But unfortunately, the undead have activated way too many spawners for us to realistically be able to pull back from this. I would need a very high-level undead to be able to manually go out and crush those spawners. It's not impossible, but with the body parts we've got, it's very unlikely. So we're just going to throw together 2 more undead, release them, and see what they can do. Also allow the harpy to kill themselves. I know they've wanted to this whole time. Every neuron in their brain was just screaming, "Let me rub my face on all of the dangerous animals." Oh well. Right, well that's our inevitable defeat. Okay, Necromancer, I've calculated everything, and there is no other way. It will be difficult, but I think I can get the parts and blueprints I need here. I've named this project The Return, and broken it down into 6 stages. Oh, 6 stages, okay. Meow. What was that about? Just checking if you're still in your right mind. I'm recording my log, don't interrupt. The first stage is the easiest one. Clear the site and prepare the foundation. A structure like this will not be able to stand on its own. I need supports, which will also serve as scaffolding. This log of yours. I've never seen you like this before. Shush, cat! Okay, I'm sure. Wow, a cat? Are you sure? Suspicious. A cat that does what it's told. I don't believe it. But that is our glimpse into Necrosmith. I hope you have enjoyed You can find a link to where you can buy this and download it down in the video description below, as well as links over to my Twitch channel and Aavak After Hours, because I am almost certainly going to stream this in the near future. I might even be streaming it by the time you've watched this video, so do consider popping on over and checking that out. But that is going to be it for Necrosmith here for today. Do let me know if you're interested in seeing a little bit more. Perhaps we can do another run at some point, perhaps with some of the later stages already unlocked, and see what goes on when you've got a slew of very, very high tier body parts to play with. But that is going to be it from me for now. So until next time, and as always, do take care, everyone.